Oh wait, it's someone. Is that someone else? I think it's someone else. This one. Do you remember this? I almost said this guy, but it's
But first,
this
everyone will have seen the heartbreaking
person.
footage of the bushfires in
Oh,
California.
there we go.
But not everyone.
To your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease,
come on.
knowing that house.
Obsession with identity politics, which has infected leadership of critical emergency services.
You
There we
want to
go.
see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency.
No, I don't want to see anyone who looks like me and who's gonna save me. I never saw this. So that was during the fires in LA, right? It leaked that one of the fire chief was this. I'm gonna say lady, since the eye is gone, right? This lady, and she made this video that.
Emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that.
So you want to see someone who looks like you to save you from the fire. I don't care. The guy or girl needs to be able to pull me out of the fire. If it was up to me, I want someone who looks like Arnold or Ronnie Coleman, someone who's gonna freaking grab the wall from the house and throw it away, right? They don't need to look like me. And like I said, you watch Asmongold, I watch Asmongold. Do you think he wants someone who looks like him to try to save him from the house fire? No. Like, it needs to be someone who's able to do their job, right? We don't care who's gonna save us. If it's guy, girl, or whatever, just be able to do your job. Cali is the worst state infected with the brain virus. Yeah, for sure.
That person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
He got himself to the wrong place if you want me to do my job. Oh man, this was just so brutal to see, and then it explains everything that was going on in LA. Yeah, it's definitely an insane thing to say. But I don't remember if there's more what she's saying. Let's try. No. But anyway, there's some news about her. It looks like she got fired.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here.
This is the amazing mayor of LA who, I think the first day of LA fires, just disappeared, went for a business trip to Africa instead of staying and trying to deal with the situation. If I remember correctly, that's what happened. You know, situation like empty fire hydrants and all of that, you know, like your town is burning down, but yeah, let's fly for some business trip.
Acting in the best interest of Los Angeles public safety and for the operations of the Los Angeles Fire Department, I just met with Chief Crowley and removed her as fire chief.
I just met with her and sent her to hell, man. And it's funny because she's democratic. She's as guilty as everyone else, man. She's doing it only to move the attention somewhere else and pretend that she's a good person so that Trump doesn't fire her, which he should do for sure.
Appointed a 41-year veteran of the fire department, former Chief Deputy Ronald Villanueva, as interim fire chief. He is respected and ready to hit the ground running. So let me be clear. Our firefighters acted heroically during the Palisades fire, and they act heroically every single day. That is without question.
So wait, why did she fire the other fire chief? It's kind of thin ice right now. The way she's saying it is kind of disrespectful, man. I mean, after that video, I don't see why you should have respect to some chief like that, but she's cooking.
Bringing new leadership to the fire department is what they and the people of Los Angeles deserve. As you know, I have called for
That was a nice jab.
a full investigation of everything leading up to January 7th. A necessary step to the investigation was the president of the Fire Commission telling Chief Crowley to do an after-action report on the fires. The fire chief refused. We all know that 1,000 firefighters...
You know why she refused? Because she was probably DEI hiree who had no fucking clue what was going on, and whose fault it was that she was in that position. Probably yours, Mayor.
That could have been on duty on the morning the fires broke were instead sent home on Chief Crowley's watch. These actions required her removal. While the department is in...
So the fire chief sent some people home during the fire? Like, yeah, take a day off, whatever. Probably some part of the town she didn't like was burning. Maybe there was too many white, male, straight guys, who knows. They stopped doing controlled burns and let Kali become a giant tinderbox. Yeah, no, for sure, I agree with that. I actually read about this last year because we had a lot of forest fires in Canada, and the way to prevent it is to do controlled burning, right? Especially the trees that were fallen down or hollow or already dead, which is great fuel for fire, right? To just pretty much rake the forest. And if I remember correctly, there's not really a forest in California, so why didn't they do it? Like, it wouldn't be that hard. Like, obviously it would be expensive, but they have fires every single year. How do you let it get to this situation? Like, you know it's gonna happen sooner or later. So they have forests. Okay. But it's probably not the size of the Canadian forest. I mean, but yeah, you got me. I wasn't aware that they have many forests or something like that. But yeah, like, you know there's gonna be fire. It's every year or every second year. So even if you don't rake the forests, which is very irresponsible, how is it possible you don't have water in the freaking hydrants? Ridiculous.
The experienced and expert hands of Chief Villanueva, my office will lead a national search, and I will speak directly with firefighters and Angelenos about what they want to see in the next fire chief. I will use a similar process as I did in searching for our police chief. The business of...
I kind of don't feel confident about Mayor doing this. Like, I hope she doesn't have a last say who's gonna be fire chief. Because does she understand what's going on? Does she understand all of the procedures? She's still just a politician, right? Like, obviously she's gonna have some advisors. But yeah, I don't think she should have a last say to that. Because obviously she messed up last time, right?
The fire department and the city will continue. Our heroic firefighters are on the job in our firehouses, engines, trucks, and ambulances.
Oh, she's watching Chicago Fire for sure. No, but yeah, definitely. All of the firefighters, even... It's just so crazy to go for that job. Like, just being on that job makes you a hero. Like, just the idea that you're gonna go to the burning house and save someone. And I think it's very special people, definitely heroes. Same like a cops, same like a soldiers. Definitely deserve respect. And hopefully what she's saying is not fake and she really respects them, but yeah.
Recovery of the Palisades is months ahead of expectations. Los Angeles...
You know why the recovery is ahead? Because of the Trump, because he had to go to the LA, and I don't know if you saw the discussion he had with her, and he pretty much grilled her like crazy, and now she's like taking credit for that.
This is moving forward on all fronts, and we will keep moving forward together. I'd now like to introduce the Chief of the Los Angeles Fire Department, Ronnie Villanueva.
There we go.
Well, thank you, Madam Mayor. I am humbled by your confidence in me. I've spent 41 years at the Los Angeles City Fire Department, working alongside the finest fire professionals in the world. Leading them is an honor of a lifetime. I pledge to the mayor, our firefighters, and to the people of Los Angeles is that the Los Angeles City Fire Department will be prepared. The Los Angeles City Fire Department will respond, and the Los Angeles City Fire Department will keep you safe. And to all the firefighters, I want you to know.
Not gonna lie, that's what I was thinking as well. But the surname's not and not like you know, the classical surname. So he's probably either like he has some Spanish heritage, maybe Mexican, something. He doesn't look, but the name is there.
The love that I have for this department is the reason I'm coming back in this capacity. I watched last month as you were in the fiercest firefight in Los Angeles history, bravely battling the fires for days on end. I am grateful to work alongside all of you once again. Thank you very much.
And before I open it up for...
This was nice, quick, straight to the point, kind of political response. But yeah, what else you want to say? Just kind of plea that you're going to do your job as much as you can, or as best as you can. And it's honestly, like, if the last fire showed something, that it's not really up to fire department. Like, it's the biggest issue was politics behind everything, right?
For questions, let me acknowledge the President of the City Council, Marquise Harris Dawson, Councilmember Curran Price, Councilmember Hugo Soto Martinez, Councilmember Adrienne Nazarian. Yes.
Well, you know, I've got a question for you. You said that removing Chief Crowley is in the best interest of Los Angeles public safety. What specifically did she do to endanger public safety?
Well, as I mentioned, 1,000 firefighters who could have been on the job.
Wait, 1,000? I thought it was like 10, 20. 1,000? She sent home 1,000 firefighters? Whoa, that's wild.
Fighting the fires were sent home. The other thing that I mentioned is that I said after the fires were out, after the rain had stopped, that a full investigation would begin. One step of that investigation was to do an after-action report, of which she refused.
Let me guess, she probably deflected. She said something like, you want me to do this only because I'm a this and this and this, some identity politics, right?
So we knew the 1,000 firefighters could have been called in the day after the fire. What changed?
What changed?
Because you said you weren't planning on firing her on January 11th.
Oh.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, even if you send them home, just call them back to work. Like, they're firefighters. I bet they understand the importance of their job. Even if maybe not 1,000 people would come back, definitely at least half of them. Even if freaking 100 people came back, it's still better than no one, right? That sounds crazy to me. Like, yeah, you send them home, but just recall them, no?
Oh, well, let me just be clear. As I just said, while Los Angeles was on fire, after that we had rains. I was not going to do anything while we were in a state of emergency. Next.
Are we still in a state of emergency?
No, we are not in a state of emergency.
I think she should fire her during fires. I actually think it would boost the morale. If she was such a bad chief who wasn't suited for this situation, I think she should have got rid of her straight away and put someone in charge who's well respected.
Right now. Next question?
Mayor.
Yes.
The chief, I assume you met, I assume this is not a decision you made this morning. When did you meet with Chief Brown, former Chief Brown?
About an hour ago.
And how did the meeting go?
It was very brief.
And did she tell you anything about why she did what she did?
It was a very brief meeting, no.
You're fired, bitch! Bye.
And the investigation
Yes.
that she didn't participate in,
Yes.
how did she not participate exactly?
Well, what I said is that the president of the Fire Commission told her to do a after-action report. She refused to do the report.
Did she give a reason for refusing?
Next.
Yes, thanks, Madam Mayor. Did the former chief ever talk about, what plan was in place, where she had positioned the firefighters? Is that becoming clear to you?
No, it is not. Next question? Yes.
Is the city required to do an after-action report after?
Oh, wait. It's someone... Is that someone else? I think it's someone else, this one.
Title 19?
Yes, it is required. I don't know about the title that you just mentioned, but yeah.
Oh, so it's not the lady I played the video of. I definitely thought that they fired her.
Yes,
Required to?
it is.
Do you understand that the LA County Fire Department is doing?
I do not know that.
Okay.
Yes?
You have said that Chief Crowley did not call and inform your office ahead of time that they have done with previous fires. I'm wondering, what's the person they called before previous fires? You Deputy Mayor of Public Safety Brian Williams, who's on leave.
What I can tell you is that what has happened in the 2+ years I've been here, every time there was a weather emergency or even a hint of a weather emergency, the chief has called me directly. She has my cell phone. She knows she can call me 24/7. And she briefed me, and then we would talk about what needed to happen next. That did not happen this time. Yes. Yes.
I mean, it probably did not happen because you were planning your business trip, right? Or was it even business trip?
Excuse me? Yes.
When exactly was it that you asked her, or that she was asked to do the after-action report, and what was her justification?
I don't know her justification. She was asked this week. I learned about this yesterday.
She was asked this week?
Yeah, it was this week. Yes.
Are you
Yes.
saying you hadn't seen any of the forecasts before you went to Ghana?
Yes.
What was the reasoning for not
Yes.
having the 1,000 firefighters?
I don't know. I don't know what the reason was.
Did you
Yes.
see any of the forecasts before you went to Ghana?
No.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
When did you first speak to her on the 7th or 8th? When did you connect with her?
I spoke to her the evening of the 7th.
Evening of the 7th?
Yes,
Ghana time, or-
exactly, which was the morning here. So it was after the fires started. But let me just be clear. Los Angeles needs to move forward.
Evening of the 7th, which was a morning here. So yeah, that's a time difference from pretty much Africa to LA. So like, where were you, Mayor? It's just ridiculous, this whole situation.
This is a new day. I am excited to welcome our new chief, who was a 41-year veteran of this fire department. He is well known. He is well liked. He knows most of the members of the city council, except for our 2 members that were recently elected. And it is our plan to continue moving forward. We want to have the full investigation that the governor has ordered and the investigation that we will do locally. Yes.
Thank you again. I wanted to back it up a little bit because I think you actually spoke with the chief, because I heard it live on KNX News at 12:47 p.m. local time. You're in West Africa, the chief is here, and you're on KNX News talking about the fire.
Yes.
Disaster, and you're praising Chief Crowley for pre-positioning units that were necessary in vulnerable places. You're also praising her leadership. And you said something to the fact that LAFD is always at the ready.
And needless to say,
There we go. Someone called her out. Yeah. She just fired her as a distraction. The fire chief is. I mean, I'm not saying she's innocent. Obviously, she fucked up. But she's just a scapegoat. I mean, is it a scapegoat if she's not innocent? But yeah.
did not know all the facts, but I had spoken to her maybe a couple of hours before that. Yes.
Two quick questions. In terms of investigations, and since we're looking at the fire, has anything been calls for the firing of PWB's chief over the issue of the wrestling laws leading up in that area? Are you looking into that? Is that a possibility?
There will be an investigation of the water situation as well, and that will be done by the governor.
The same thing with the issue of fire hydrants?
Yes. All of that is being examined.
And guess who's gonna get fired next? Let's give it a week and we're gonna see a governor saying that he fired the mayor of LA.
At the governor's initiation, and we might do something locally as well.
And to those who might say that your step now, as explained as it is,
brutal.
It's also a reaction to her criticism to your office about the budget and what it's not doing.
Oh, remember, this was before all of the airplanes start crashing down.
Let me just be clear about the budget. The fire department was not cut. I have done 2 budgets in my time here. In both budgets, the budget was increased, and I will anticipate that it will be increased this time as well.
I see you have 4 members of City Council behind you.
I'm sorry?
I see 4 members of City Council behind you. Do you expect that other members of City Council will fight the ouster? I believe Monica Rodriguez is planning to fight it. Do you think that you have enough support on the council to avoid getting a 10 vote over?
I believe that there is a lot of support on the City Council. Yes?
Does this add to the sense of upheaval that has been going on for the last 5 weeks? You've had tensions with Lindsay Horvath, you've had back and forth over Steve Soberoff's pay. This now is a new, potentially destabilizing event. Is the city in upheaval? Is your office?
The city is not in upheaval. I am very happy that the rebuilding, the restoration, the clearing of the fire, of the debris is moved forward way ahead of time.
Again, it wasn't your doing that it moved way ahead of time. I remember the news conference or press conference, whatever, between her, Trump, and the victims of the fire.
We have just...
What the heck? Anyway, victims of the fire, when they were saying that she, the mayor, and all of her puppets told the victims of the fire that they won't be able to come to their own houses and whatever remain from it until like 6 months. And Trump was like, why? Just let them come in. If they want to clear their land so they can start rebuilding, let them come in straight away. Like, they don't want to wait for some company, pay some crazy money until they clean it. No, they want to go back and start rebuilding right now. And she was complaining, she was arguing him, and look, now she's like, oh, it's going so good, I did that. No, it wasn't you. It was our good old President Donald Trump again.
Experienced the worst natural disaster that our city has ever experienced. It would...
Yeah, freaking administration, like, ridiculous. Like, for the situation like this, like, there should be a special laws, like some shortcuts that would allow people, because you have some emergency protocols and stuff for everything, right? So why not for this? Probably because that would actually help the people and not anyone else, right?
be wonderful to think that everything would be smooth every step of the way, but I don't believe that that is realistic. I think we are standing together. I think we're standing strong, as evidenced by the leadership of the City Council being here with me, with members of the City Council, and there's...
It's no longer dangerous. How can you stop them from going to their own property and cleaning it? LOL. No, for sure. It was just ridiculous. And that whole press conference was so good. Like, Trump literally stood there and he's like, look at this guy and this guy. I can see in their faces or eyes that if you allow them to go back, they're gonna start cleaning tonight. And yeah, obviously you want to get your life back on track. And there was some I don't know if I'm mixing it with something else, but there was some financial support as well that was just ridiculous. Like, so little money that you can't even rent for it in the meantime. Like, you lose everything and the government doesn't do shit for you, even though you're paying taxes your whole life.
Many more that are not here. We have worked very well together. Now, are there differences along the way? Of course they are. Yes.
Yeah, $600. Yeah, so I remember correctly. It was ridiculous. That reminded me a little bit of off topic. I don't know if you saw, there was that aircraft in Toronto, Delta aircraft that landed and then just tipped over. They offered a settlement for the passengers, $30,000 per passenger. Like, are you kidding? Those people are scarred for life. They almost died. And you have a decency to offer them $30,000? Oh, they will do it for sure. Like, I wouldn't go under $1 million. Like, they're gonna be afraid to fly for the rest of their life. It's like, they should have been dead. They survived a freaking airplane crash. I know it was on the land, but still.
Yes.
Your comments about not getting a phone call from Crowley, you know, I think that for some people, they see you as the top of the food chain. You know, you're in charge. You're supposed to be the one getting the information from people, and you're not supposed to blame others. You're supposed to be responsible.
Let me...
Oh, they're grilling her. Oh, now she's gonna be like, you're Nazi, you're Republican for sure, you voted for Trump. She's gonna start deflecting, but no, it looks like she has an answer. Let's see.
Just say that yes, as the mayor of the city, the buck stops with me. I am in charge. However, the person in charge of the fire department, as I mentioned before, whenever there was a fire emergency, a weather emergency, or a hint of a problem, I am contacted directly, and not just...
Well, that would not fly in my work, let me tell you. So someone didn't inform you, so you didn't know it. It wasn't really your fault because you didn't keep an eye on it. You didn't know that there is possibility of fire in LA pretty much every year at the same time, right? It's not your fault because someone didn't text you. Like, yeah, you're in charge, but not that much in charge. Yeah, W reported for sure.
By Chief Crowley, but by any of the heads of the departments. As you know, we have over 40 departments. I'll take a couple more.
Maybe they were busy, like, actually fighting fire. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I know when you get really busy and it's between like dealing with the situation and informing your boss. It's good to deal with the situation and then inform the boss once we actually have time. I'm not saying that Chief Crowley is innocent, but yeah, like.
Yes.
My understanding is that the city council has put into motion an after-action report. Was Chief Crowley participating with that investigation?
I do not know that.
You only get your information from your aides and chiefs and things like that, or do you watch other outside news sources?
Oh, I watch news all the time. Yes.
Oh, she watches news all the time, but she didn't know about fire in LA. And yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Any sense of where the fire unit stands on this decision?
I do not know. Okay, one final question from you.
I mean, again, to be fair, like, even if they would inform her, what would she do? Would she, like, do some magic and all of the water would be back in the hydrants, or like, she's still guilty as hell, man. My governor would never let this happen. Where do you live? Texas? This problem started a long time ago. Exactly, like, it's not something that happened overnight, right? And yeah, I don't know if it's Florida. Yeah, that was another guess for sure. Yeah, man, no, like it. Like, yeah, I saw a video about how they sold most of the water to some private company. I don't know if it's true or no, but the issue definitely happened a long time ago. And even if you sell it, you have freaking ocean right next to it. Obviously it's salt water, obviously it's gonna do a lot of damage on its own, but still better than letting the half of the city burn down, right? Yeah, she continued to make bad decisions. It's her. Like, she can't say they didn't inform me and that's why it's not my fault. Like, in the ideal situation, they shouldn't need to inform you. If they're busy with doing what they were doing, there should not be a need to inform you. Like, she's not gonna do anything at that moment. What are they gonna inform her, and what is she gonna do? She didn't even fly home straight away. Started with not doing controlled burns, yeah, and Trump told her so. Trump told her, I think in 2018 or 2020, somewhere during his first mandate, he said that they need to rake California, and no one did that. I learned about that in an environmental biology class in college. LOL. Yeah, how do these people not know to do this? It's ridiculous. And like I mentioned, if that was the first time that happened, okay, it's kind of like fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, right? It should have never happened for the second time. Like, they should have do precautions, like you said, raking the forest, doing control burns, making sure there's water in the fire hydrants, making sure that they have enough manpower during the fires are every year pretty much during the same time, no? Like, you can kind of expect it, but they didn't do anything.
You've not asked a question.
Possible Villanueva, any plans for the department when you come in? ¿Y en español? No sé si habla español.
Sí lo hablo. I just plan on moving forward. I want to move the department forward and take care of our firefighters. So I don't want to look backwards. I don't want to look to the past like the mayor stated. I just want to look for the future. En español, quiero nomás que los bomberos vean el futuro y la gente también de la ciudad de Los Ángeles. Yo estoy bien orgulloso de estar en esta posición, este puesto, y doy gracias a todos. Gracias.
Thank you very
Okay, this has nothing to do with a new deputy chief being probably Spanish or something, but I really hope he's just a man of few words, because the answer of looking into the future and not looking back, don't really agree with that, man. You should look back. You should look what happened and fix it so it doesn't happen in the future. It's like a basketball. You look at the movie from the last game just to see what you made wrong, to make sure you're not going to do it again. So I don't really agree with his answer over there, but again, I'll give him benefit of doubt, and hopefully he's just a man of few words, because he's been there for 41 years. Hopefully he's respected by his department, and hopefully they selected him for the good reasons. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You look to the past to make the system better. You learn from the mistakes. Exactly. No one's perfect at the beginning, right? You learn by mistakes. That's how you improve. Okay.